Hey everybody, welcome to What's Up Wednesday. Today I want to talk, or this week I want to talk a little bit about winter driving. Now I was reminded when I was watching the Green Bay Packers Chicago Bear football game the other night, and it was 7 degrees or 12 degrees in Green Bay. I realized that in a lot of places in the country, winter is upon us. Out in the Northwest, it's still fairly warm, very wet, but other parts of the country are seeing a lot of snow, a lot of ice. And as a result, it's a good time to kind of talk a little bit about winter driving. I think it's something we need to keep in front of people at all times. Now, I know that I just experienced a situation today where I found out about one of our folks having a vehicle incident due to road conditions, slippery snow and ice. And I think it's that time again that we remind our people because they kind of get desensitized to winter driving when you're driving in snow and ice every day and the driving seems to be very manageable, meaning it's not real slippery, we start to get more comfortable. And as we get more comfortable, we tend to take more risks. I think that's kind of human nature. But as a result of that, we find that we maybe decrease our following distances, increase our speed a little bit, and don't realize that we're maybe driving more normal when we should still be very, very cautious. And I know for most of us, driving vehicle use is probably the single highest exposure we have in our workforce, whether it's commuting to and from work, whether it's driving on the job. The highest risk that our people face is driving. And I think there are a number of reasons for that. One is the amount of time and the exposure. Two is they have very little control over the actions, behaviors of other drivers on the road. And then three, I think when we're facing a hazard such as a confined space entry or a fall protection type of a situation, I believe that we're kind of hyper focused on those hazards and we're very consciously addressing those hazards. Whereas when we're driving in a vehicle, as we become desensitized, then we tend to be less focused on the hazard. And as a result, we kind of naturally or automatically start to take some risks. So as again, it's kind of past that time where we talk about being prepared for winter driving conditions, making sure you have an emergency kit, blankets, some food and water in the vehicle with you at all times. Now we need to really be reminding people that we need to slow down. We need to drive to the conditions. We need to give ourselves extra stopping distance. And we need to make sure that we're being ultra cautious because it only takes a minute. And in this particular case that I was reviewing today, there may have been 5 or 10 stoplights or stop signs where this particular driver came up to that stop and gave plenty of distance to slow down. And maybe the road wasn't super slick until that one stop sign where it was. And I know I've experienced that myself many times where the roads seem fine. And then all of a sudden you come up to a stop sign and it's sheet ice and you can't see it, whether it's black ice or it's camouflaged and boom, you slide right on through the stop sign. So let's remind our people to slow down. Let's remind our people to be kind of uber cautious with road conditions. And even when those road conditions look bare and dry, sometimes they're not. Sometimes there's black ice. Anytime there's freezing fog, there's going to be black ice on the road. We need to slow down. So hopefully that's helpful. We'll see you next Wednesday.